seeing what is meant by regular expression. Alright, we just so today we'll start building some patterns, but we don't need to learn all the patterns that what you need. There are plenty, thousands of patterns. Depends on values. Okay, each application generates different types or different kinds of values, right? So you don't need to learn all of them, but the only thing basic is okay how we can build the patterns. How we can build the patterns. Okay, so yesterday we just seen how we can get how we can write for alpha character and all, right? Okay, so today we will see the different things, maybe for IP address or just understand numerics and all. At the same time, dates, all those things. So what I have written is I have written some string which contains some IP address and all here. So I need to get this IP address. Even though this is changing dynamically, I need to fetch this IP address from this particular string. Okay. So to do that, what we do is first we create a regular expression object. Say y is equals to, or I already copied from VBScript. So what you do is first you create a new regular expression object, and then you make the global as true, and then you don't need the ignore case this time. The reason because you're not working with alpha characters and all, because case is related to the alpha characters, not numerics, right? So let it be no problem. Even ignore case is true or false here. In this case, no problem. But the real thing that what you should know is how we can build the pattern for that particular IP address. Now understand the format of that value, whatever the value that you are trying to fetch. Understand the format of that value. How that format looks like. There are total 4 parameters, right? 4 parameters are there in this, right? And the first parameter is here. How it looks like? Minimum 1 digit. Minimum 1 digit. Maximum 3 digit. Right? So how do you write the pattern? So 1 digit means 0 to 9 you can use in the square bracket. 0 to 9. That is for 1 digit number. Or it's for just 1 digit. You know, say 0 to 9. Similarly, you can also use /d. /d also for a single digit. Okay, and minimum 1 and maximum 3, right? And you need to define the length. If you provide like this 0 to 9, 0 to 9, 0 to 9. If you give like this, it is 3 digit number, but it will not match with the 2 digit or 1 digit or not. So in such cases, what you do? You give 0 to 9 like this. In the flower bracket, give 1 comma 3. So this is equivalent to a single digit, but you are saying this pattern either it can be a 3 or it can be 1 or 2. 1 is the minimum here. 3. And similarly, even for second, third, fourth also same pattern, right? Same pattern. Now in between, what is there in each parameter? Dot is there, right? Now you have to write a pattern which matches with dot. If we say dot here, what is meant by dot in the regular expression? Any character. So it will not only match with the dot character. In case if there is any other characters here, something like this, then it will still match with that also. But I have to match only with the dot character. So in such cases, you should not give directly as dot. Because in the regular expression, if you provide as dot, instead of taking it, considering it as a dot character, then it will take it as any character. Then in such cases, what you do is, instead of giving dot exactly, you give backward slash dot. Backward slash dot. This means the exactly dot character. So there are a lot of special characters are there in the regular expression, like square bracket. If your string itself contains square bracket, you cannot directly give it in regular expression. What you give? If you want to match with the square bracket character, backward slash square bracket character. There is some question mark also there. There are different meanings are there. Okay, sorry, different special characters are there in the regular expression. Those are called as wild characters. We will see them. Okay, now how my pattern should be? This is for first parameter, parameter, and then second parameter, third one, fourth one. That's it. Okay. Then how do you retrieve that? Whatever is matching. O matches equals to OR is in exp dot x cube of it's retrieved. Now we change the value. It is retrieving. It goes like this. The reason is because it's on here. Now, if I reduce this, will it retrieve or not? It will retrieve. It will retrieve till here. Till here. The reason because the pattern that whatever you have written, will match with individual value or part of the value also. Part of the value as well. If you want to match with an individual value, whatever the pattern it is, if you consider that it should be an individual word, do one thing, you should not directly keep like this. You keep as B, slash B at the end. Slash B at the end means boundary. B stands for boundary, the word boundary. When you keep slash B in the beginning and the ending, that means it will consider it as a individual value. It will consider it as an individual word. If you don't give slash B in the beginning and the ending, then that can be an individual word or that can be a part of the word also. That can be a part of the word. Now it should not match. It's not matching now. The reason because see, the last parameter has got 4. But if we give 3 now, it works. Earlier it was matching, even though I have given like this, it was matching till here. Because the pattern was matching, the last parameter was coming till here. Even though it is wrong at the end, but still last values were being ignored. Now I am saying that it should be an individual value. So that means it should not be part of the value. The pattern should not match with the part of the word. It should match with the whole word. So if you give 1, still it should match. Okay. That's a regular expression for IP address. So whenever you get a numerics and all right, whenever you get numerics, then you can use like this. Okay. Right. Next. Understand only patterns this time. We'll see the time. Now I need to fetch the time from this. Time is displayed in it's in 12-hour format here, right? So I need to fetch the time. There will be some time displayed, and then you need to retrieve that. But time will be dynamic. It will be keep changing. But whatever the time is there, I need to fetch that time. How do we do that? Again, you can say regular expression pattern. First, you need to build the regular expression pattern here. Set OR is equals to new R is exp. Then OR is dot global equals to true. OR is dot ignore case equal to true. You know what is meant by global and ignore case, right? We already discussed about. Then you can say OR is dot pattern. This is the key thing now here. What exactly you use. Okay, so let's understand how that looks like now. Total 3 parameters in the time. Right? One is hours. 2 is minutes. And 3 is AM or PM. Those are 3 parameters in the time. So you need to write a pattern which matches with each parameter there. Okay. So when you say hours, how it will be? Minimum? Minimum 0, 0 it will be. Minimum 0, 0. The reason because if it is no. It will be 12:15 or AM means 005 AM, something like that. So it will be minimum 00 and the maximum 12. Right? Minimum 0 and maximum 12 it is. This also minimum 00, maximum 59. Or okay, it is right. 12 hours, right? 12 hours means 00 will have there. It will be 12. 24 hours means 00. It will start with 00. If it is 24 hours format, then 12 AM. If you want to write 12:1 AM, if it is 24 hour format. But if it is 00, if it is 12 hour format, you write like this. Then if it is 24 hour format, you write like this. So it is in 12 hour format. Time is in 12 hour format. Should start with the minimum 1 and the maximum 12. It should match only with this range. Second one is minutes. It will be 00 to 5 days. It should match. Now we need to write the pattern for each. How do we do that? Remember, one square bracket we need to use only for one digit at a time. One square bracket will get only one digit at a time. Anyone? How to match with 0, 1, 2? Not good in the beginning. What is the first possibility between these two numbers 0 and 2, 0, 2? First digit either can be 0 or can be 1, right? First digit can be either 0 or 1. If you consider that, so if it is 0 to 9, 0 to 01 to 09, 0 is the first digit. 10 to 12, it is 1. So first digit can be either 0 or 1. Okay, 0. Or you can give like this 0, 1. If you give 0, 1, it will get either 0 or 1. That is for first digit. Second digit is, it can be possibilities. It can be 0, it can be 1, it can be 2 or 3 or if it is 10, second digit, what is the second digit here? 0. If it is 0, 9, what is the second digit? 9. So it can be 0 to 9. Okay, so now what it will match exactly? Take the first possibility, minimum possibility, and take maximum possibility of it. Say first digit here, first digit here. Match with 0, 0 also. Right? And the second digit here, second digit here. That is the maximum possibility, this combination. What it will match with? 19. It will match with 0, 1 to 12. That is okay. But along with that, it is matching with 19. It's wrong. Right? So you have to take minimum possibility and maximum possibility. Take 1 from here, take starting from here. 0, 0 it is starting with, ending with 1, 9. But that's wrong. So in such cases, what we do is, instead of directly giving like this, we write two patterns to match with them. We separate the values. Separate the values like this. First, 0, 1 to 0, 9, 1. 10 to 12, another one. Okay? So when I say 0, 1 to 12, we should not directly write like that. Say 0, 9 to 0, 1 to 0, 9, 10 to 12. Now, when you take this, 0 is common, right? Keep it as 0 only. Then this could be 1 to 9. It will match with 0, 1 to 0, 9. First digit is directly 0, and the second digit is, it can be in between 1 to 0. Sorry, 1 to 9. And this one here, when you say 10 to 12, 1 is common. It could be 0 to 2. So, first digit is 1, but second digit can be either 0 or 1 or 2. It will match with the 10, 11, 12. Now, ours can be either this or this. How can you say or here? Say this. First, you group the pattern. Normally, the parenthesis is used to group the patterns. Okay, either this value, there is something called pipe symbol. Pipe symbol means for OR here. In the regular expression, pipe symbol means for OR. Either this value or this value. You know why I am grouping that? Any idea? Whole pattern. I can directly say like this without grouping. If I say like this, you know what happens? It will take this character or this character instead of taking the whole value. I want to consider this whole value or this whole value. Right? But when I don't give parentheses there, it will not consider the whole value for OR. It will consider only the immediate character. This character or this character. So that's the reason what I am doing. Instead of saying that character only, then I am saying that whole value by grouping it. When you group that, it will consider the whole value, whole pattern. This first pattern or second pattern. So whatever it matches to, take it. Similarly for minute also. It can be, initially it can match with 0, 0, right? You can directly say. First one will be 0 to 5, 0 to 5, and the second can be 0 to 9. It will match with minimum possibility is 0, 0, maximum possibility is 5, 9. That is okay. Right? It will match with 0, 0 to 5, 9. Then third one is here, AM or PM. Yeah. You can say like this, AM or PM. You know why I am grouping that? I am not giving in square bracket. If you give in square bracket there, it will take either A or M. If you give in square bracket. Okay, you have to give in regular brackets. So now what I am saying, AM is a whole value and PM is whole value. But if you say AM or PM like this, then it will say A M or P in between M. It will match with AMM and it will match with APM. Okay, so it will consider either second character can be either M or P. So give like this. This is the single value overall. Okay. Now, how do you write the pattern for this? First one is this. Looks little complex, but this is how normally we write regular expression. First value, colon, same colon. You can directly write colon. Okay. So colons and all you can directly write. First value, this is second value, right? Second value. Then third one. Generally, when you're writing the patterns, take individual. Don't write for entire value. Break that value into different parameters. So write a pattern for each parameter. That will be easy for you. Okay. Then set O matches equals to OREZ dot execute of str login time for each match in O matches match dot Now, if you give 13 here, this is wrong time, right? So, what you do is instead of giving empty, first you do one thing. If OREZ dot test, you know what is meant by test here? What is meant by test? Yeah, it is matching with at least one value or not. So, if test equals to true, then perform this action. Else, what you can do? Pattern is not matched with any value. Not matching with any of the values. The reason because it's in wrong format. If we give 0, 1, right? Okay. Next, there is one more thing here. If it is 0, 1, people may write like this. People may write like this. Will it match? It will not match. Because people may write 0, 1, 0, 2 if it is 9 a.m. Then the people just write, say, instead of giving 0, 9, they will just write 9. So in such cases what you do is, since okay, this is expecting at least two characters here, either 0, 1 to 0, 9 or 1 to 12. At least two characters it is expecting, then that will become, it says that given pattern is not. Now let's see what I will do here. What I am doing? Question mark stands for optional here. After the character or after the pattern, If you write question mark there, then that will become optional. Not before that, after the character or after the pattern, you have to write a question mark. So the question mark is the regular expression. Question mark stands for optional. Okay. Now it is matching with 1. But another problem here is it will match with the middle of the value also, right? If you say 61 now, it should not match actually, right? But since we have taken the first character as optional there, then it will start taking from this. So it will match with this actually. 1 to 9. This one is 1 to 9, right? Let's see. It will take 1. So then the reason what you do is create a boundary. That should not be middle of the value, that should be starting. Okay, don't match with the middle of the value. It must be an individual value. Time must be a starting value. If you give a slash b is a word boundary there, then it's not that. But if you say that okay, the value will be in part of other word, then you don't need to give slash b. But if you say that word is an individual word, value is an individual word or individual value is it's not part of the value, then you can give slash b. Always use slash b. Okay. So it will match with this. That's for 12-hour format. If you say 24-hour format, then starting could be 0 to 2. If we give 0 to 9, it will match with 29 also. 0 to 29. But instead of that, what you do is first one is now it will match with 0 to 19. First one. Then 2 is common, 0 to 4. It will match with 20 to 24. So our can be this two, either this or this. Then remaining it will be 0 to 15. So you can say now. When you say if you want to match with the 24-hour format or 12-hour format, you old value this, the overall value, or like 24-hour format. So it will match with either 12-hour format or 24-hour. You need to extend the pattern. But now leave it. So that's how you will do. So like this, whenever the values are changing dynamically, right, then we can write this patterns. We will be writing this kind of regular expression patterns, and then we will fetch the values. And this regular expressions concept is, but the methods or the class names and all may be different from language to language. The syntax and all will be different, object name and all will be different. But the way of writing the patterns, regular expression patterns or the concept is same across all the languages that whatever we have. Java also use same kind of patterns, and VBScript also use same kind of patterns. Everywhere we use similar kind of patterns only. Okay, but in VBScript we use regexp object, whereas in Java we may use a different object. Okay, now let's see some more patterns here. Okay, so this is related to the interview here. See, one of the window is like this. Okay, window title is being displayed as ABC 1, 2, 3 possibilities, or XYZ 1, 2, 3, or ABC 7, 8, 9, or XYZ 7, 8, 9. So that's how the window title is being displayed. Any of this code, any of the title is coming. Now what I have to do is, okay, I need to match or I need to retrieve any window which has got the title as any of this one. Then how do you write a pattern for this to identify that window? Getting what I'm saying here? No, if you say A to Z, in between of A to Z, you can use. It is ABC or XYZ. Okay, first one is ABC, 5, XYZ, 5 character. ABC or XYZ. That's the first possibility, right? Then group overall. So that's what it will take only one, either XYZ or ABC from this group. Next one is 1, 2, 3. 7, 8, 9. Whole group. Next to next. That's it. Now let's see whether it will match with this or not. Set ORG, ORG XP, ORG dot global equals to true, ORG dot ignore case should be true because we are using alpha characters also this time. ORG dot pattern use, pattern is this. Pattern is this, and str equals to this value, and if org dot test of str, then set org dot execute no. Of str. Okay, for each match in match dot value. I'm displaying the value. Else, give a message box saying that no value. Okay. Object doesn't support this property. Okay. Then if you say this, match. Then if you give this, match. So all are matching, but I will give See whether it will match or not. Will not match. So, like this. It depends on the type of value that whatever you get, then normally we use patterns like this. So this is the main use of regular expressions. When the values keep changing, then to retrieve that value, but first you need to understand in which format the value is changing. Then we will write a regular expression pattern to match with that particular value. Okay. Next, we'll see one more pattern. Okay, and we'll stop with that pattern. Last one. And there will be one exercise for you. Write a pattern for email address. Okay, but how you can just try on your own. But if you want to see all kinds of patterns that whatever we can use, what kind of file characters and all, just go to the help here, the pattern, and you can see all the things that you can use. Okay, everything whatever it is, you can use. Okay, so try for email address. Okay, so another pattern that I will explain you. This is for date. Okay, this is for date. So this is Nanda.D VBScript format. Is equals to customer DOB is, let's say, 04 and 2000. That's faster. Okay, so that's a date that we have. It is being displayed in MMDD VBScript format. Okay, so when date displays like this, date is dynamic. It depends on the customer or depends on the situation. Date will vary, right? Every time it's not the same date. I need to fetch the date from here, whatever the date is displayed. So in such cases, what we do is instead of giving the exact date there to understand whether it's there or not, you will write a pattern. But you can't write the pattern directly. You should not write. And first understand how many parameters are there. How many parameters will be there? 3 parameters. First one is month. First one is month. It is MM. MM means it will be 01 to 12. Then it will be just same like our we have written. First one is 0, 1 to 9. It will match with 01 to 09. Again, people may write. See, when I just quote 04, people may write like 4 only, right? 0 is optional. Keep this 0 as optional. Then this value or 1 is common, 0 to 2. It can be 10, 11 or 12. That is for month. Second one is DD. It will be 01 to 31. Then 0 to 9. Okay. 9. Okay, fine. Next. It can be 10 to 29 common, right? 10 to 29, because when you say 10 to 29, first digit can be either 1 or 2, second digit can be 0 to 9. So it will match with 10 or 20, it will match with 11, 12, 13, also 21, 22, 23 like this. So 0, oh sorry, 1 to 2. Second can be 0 to 9. So what this will match now? It will match with it will match with 10 to 29. Then third one is 3, 0 to 1. So this is what that is what date. Then next year. Third one is year. Now it may, if I give 0 to 9 4 times, then it will match with 4 digits. But I need to match with either 19 or 20. I mean 1900 to 2099. If you want to do that, first you say 19 or 20. You can also still do it. First one is 19 or 20. Take this group or group. So when you take this, either it will take either 19 or 20 outside. Then it will be 0 to 9. Then first it will take either 19 or 20, then 00 or 99. It will match with 1900 to 2099. If you still say that no, it should not match with 1900 to 2099, it should match from 1990, something like that. Then you have to write two patterns for 1900 odd something and 2000 odd something. Okay, so that's a pattern. Now you combine that. MM/DD/ then year. It will give the date. So this is how we write the patterns. All this for numerics. But you don't need to get confused, and then you don't need to understand everything here in the patterns, because we are going to see plenty of the examples in the real application. We will be getting the real situations there, and we will be writing the patterns accordingly there. But understand how we are handling this. So we are using some wild characters, and then depends on the type of the value that we have got, maybe date or numeric or string or anything, depends on the type of the value. We are using specific wild characters there, and then we are placing specific formats. Okay, so just understand how we are building the pattern. You don't need to understand the complete pattern, but understand the way of building pattern. That's it. Okay, you don't need to understand everything complete pattern, because in interviews and all, right, if you write a pattern like this suddenly, the overall pattern, it will be little difficult for us to evaluate also, because by looking at the pattern, complete pattern, even until unless we execute that, we cannot understand it is right or not. But what thing is, we just see whether it is similar to the value or not, whatever the value we have given. Okay, so that's the reason you don't need to build the accurate pattern when you are writing, but execution you will come to know whether it matches or not. Then you can do the changes accordingly. Okay, so tools have got some kind of features, additional features, then you don't need to worry about that. Okay, so this is how normally we use regular expressions. Some of the examples, what is the purpose of regular expressions, how we we build the regular expressions normally. Clear? Concept of regular expressions. But we are going to, as I think, we are going to automate some of the applications, and then there we will see, uh, we are going to write it. That's one of the mandatory things that we to use regular expressions in the application, because always you will be getting two types of objects. One is a static object, second one is a dynamic object. Static object means the object will never get changed. The properties and all will remain constant. Dynamic object means object will be keep changing. The properties of the object will be keep changing. So in such cases, to handle such kind of dynamic objects, we use the patterns like this. One of the very, very important thing to remember. Not only just military, even while implementing also, many of the people are not aware of this. Okay, fine. So this is all about regular